Hisenpride. Sup. It's 6W Heisenberg here. Please make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel, as that would really help out a lot if you do so. I'm trying to build a tight-knit community based around medias I love, such as music, gaming, television, sports, comic books. Let's get into some announcements, and then we'll get into the video. Okay, guys, so we're going to be doing regular streams here on Twitch really soon. I know I said Kick, but I think Twitch is better for League, and that's what we're going to be doing. And we're going to be uploading YouTube videos on League. I just got a MSI board with a Intel i5. Funny fact, with this PC, I always thought I had a Core Intel i5. I apparently didn't. Once me and Trino and Wolf looked through the settings, it was confirmed it wasn't. So I'm glad I'm getting one now. Another funny story with that, I might as well just go into the story here. I essentially was supposed to get an Intel i7 off of OfferUp. I told him, hey, can we get it today? He's like, yeah, cool, we'll go get it today. So we're talking about it, we're getting ready to go get that shit. He was like, hey, on Friday, which was yesterday, we can meet halfway. Halfway was relatively close to my house. So I'm like, okay, I'll perfectly go. I go there to go pick it up. We're getting, he's like, hey, I can come actually to your house because I'm getting off early, and I'm bringing my kids to my mother's house, which is really close to where I was living. I'm like, okay, cool, that's perfect. Well, I take a nap after work every day, and he unfortunately drove off because he was waiting for me, and he was taking longer than expected to, so that's why I also just thought he wasn't coming, so I took a nap. Well, he came, he waited, he left, which I wasn't mad about that at all. I'm like, hey, bro, that's fine. I apologize. He's like, no, you're fine. I'll come back later today because I got to drop off. I got to go get my kids, so then I'll just bring him back to you then. So I'm like, okay, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And he's like, look, I'll just give it to you for free because I just wanted to go to good hands. So I'm like, okay. He comes back. I thought he was still coming, but he actually came back and he dropped it off on the sidewalk, which I think was dumb because why would you do that? So someone random just came and took the Intel i5 and a motherboard that's completely working. At least I think it is. I was going to still test it out because I wasn't just going to swap out parts like that, especially for when he drops from like 150 to like $0, but it's whatever. So we got the MSI Intel Core i5, and I'm happy with it. I can't wait to get it. So we'll start constant streams. Football season's starting tomorrow. I can't wait to watch football season, so we'll do sports videos too for you sports fans. We're going to start with the AFC North preview, what I think of the AFC North, and then go to each division. I think next I'll do AFC South, but yeah. Getting into the reviews. Sorry that we haven't had a review, guys, in like a week. I filmed one for ParisThePrince on the wrong song. I didn't even notice, and I also forgot to change scenes, so it wasn't on my reaction screen. It was just on this screen. So I gotta fix that pronto. Alright, so what I decided to do is now we're gonna review Paris, the actual song we are supposed to review. And I had Zips review the other one. That one was called Mama's Boy. I highly recommend you listen to it. Really good song. So we're going to review this song. We have one from Tobias Cosmos. We have the review with Eric Matthews as the feature. And Come Up has a new song he wants me to review. So you know we got my boy. Let's actually get into the song. This song's called The Silence. Okay. He's smart. I'm sorry if you just heard a car go by. He's smart. He's going straight into the song, which is something more artists need to do. They need to grab the attention right away. He had pops, something like really good pops in the sounds. All right, in the instrumental that like, okay, this is interesting. So sorry for the yawning. This always happens when I do YouTube videos. I like the cover art too. The cover art is really good. It's not too complicated. It is still unique. They have the words. I feel like the words fit perfectly. Not sure if this is Paris, but you know, Paris right here looks fire sitting there. The background, not sure if this is water or if this is like just a reflection. I think this is the reflection of him staring out of the window. If so, I don't like how there's red right there and like blue looking tree stuff right here. That's just me. But for the most part, I don't really have much negatives to say. I'd rate this just a cover art probably 8 out of 10 because for the little small inconsistencies, I love the font. I hear you calling, hear you crying. In the silence, you're in the silence. I've been in hiding. You can't find me. In the silence, I'm in the silence. Okay. Let's see what that means. One thing I have to say about Paris is his voice is unique. Like, I hear amazing voices like Ray Rocky. Who I'm going to compare him to the most. There's a reason why they're both homies. They both follow each other and they both plan to make music with each other because their voices are very distinct, very melodic, and sounds excellent. His voice sounds excellent, and like I'd argue in higher pitches. In fact, to me, it's not an argument. His voice is better than Ray Rocky's, and Ray Rocky, I constantly say, has the best voice out of anyone I found off of TikTok. I think Paris took the crown. I've heard multiple of his songs, both of their songs, enough to say Paris's voice just excels in the higher tones, right? I think Ray's excels in like the lower vocal range. And also, I have to say, ParisThePrince going live too. I have the recording of his first ever live performance with no auto-tune, no shit, with one of his homies who was like literally playing his songs and just other songs that Paris would sing to off of his guitar. I'll probably play a little bit of it here. I just want to make you feel okay. Hey, 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 hey. Dinner on your plate, I steak and sorest. Shorty in my arms, Tyrannosaurus. Fly around the world like a red. Oh, you the best. Ain't nobody better, that's a fact. Oh, yeah. I was the type of kid that didn't get any Valentine's in 3rd grade. Fucking fire, dude. Like, did you guys just hear that? Like, he fucking has talent. His voice is very powerful. And then this beat's like a cyberpunk type beat. And I hear you calling. Like, I'm just imagining right now like a Naruto type ending. You know, like, oh, well, with like Sasuke, and then it flips to Itachi, it flips to Naruto and Sasuke, it flips to, you know, Kakashi and Obito, like kind of like the duality of each other. This is what this reminds me of. Mm-hmm. Okay. His subtle stuff he puts in the instrumental, I've learned to appreciate that a lot more in artists. I can't beatbox it, but you know the little fucking fire, dude. Fucking fire. And especially in Mama's song, I forget the name of the song. I apologize, Paris, but that fucking, like, the ending with a big drum, boom, 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 kind of stuff was fucking amazing. Here, you are using the beat very well to service your sound, which I love. Let me hear a yeah, baby, though. Speaking of that, like yeah, baby and shit, another music artist, me and Zips were just talking about this in live with a few other people. He was saying like In Sync. This reminds me of like Paris. Reminds me like at least this song like reminds me of like a sad boy version of In Sync. I'm not sure if this is something you all get too, but he really does remind me of like a sad boy In Sync. For you 90s kids. The pocket there was fucking immaculate. It's kind of funny. I've picked up and learned knowledge from fucking being in a part of all of these music reviewers' lives and other shit that's helped me out here. I genuinely didn't know what a pocket was until a long ass time, but pocket is essentially the rhythm and flow they sing in. That was fucking fire. Just a little music knowledge for y'all. The bowl. You called. Dinner on your bed like Stegosaurus. You can find like a pterodactyl. Hey. You all will not catch that reference, but this is a ParisThePrince reference. Real ones know. Real ones know where those bars came from. Real ones know. It's kind of funny too, because when I was listening to Mama's Boy, I believe is what the song's called, when I was reacting to that, of course you guys are not going to see that, but I was like, I had that song, the song that I just sang the lyrics to, in my head the whole day. I'm like, okay, I need this song to slap because I'm just going to be envisioning that song the whole time. And it slapped. Let's actually give this a rating. I'm going to give it 8 out of 10. I feel like the beginning of the song really started off slow. That's why I can't give it any higher. Or should it be a 9? Because his voice is fucking immaculate. This is rough. We'll go 9. His voice is immaculate. The way the instrumental goes with how his pocket is and how just the ambience of the whole song goes together is fucking amazing. The reason why I can't give it a 10 is because the beginning of the song, I feel like until I hear you calling, hear you crying, in the silence, you in the silence, until he starts singing that shit, the hook, I really don't like the beginning part. It was really slow for me, and I was honestly hoping that it got better quickly. I will say also bonus points because he started off right away. He did the instrumental for 2 seconds, and those little I can't do, but the little beat pops, fucking fire. See, guys, it took him 5 seconds to get straight into the song. Fucking fire. One critique I do have to give ParisThePrince, though, is I wish he had featured artists. He rarely does featured artists. this one could have been really cool. I'm gonna bring her up. I've talked to Jasmine about this, and I've kind of introduced Paris to the idea of this, and I'm not gonna stop bugging this man until he does it. Uh, there's this artist. You guys know her. Her name's Jasmine. Oh, what do you fucking know? Jasmine is always talked about on this YouTube channel now. Don't blame me, y'all. Blame her. Blame her and her angelic fucking 10 out of 10 voice and her music skills. Her voice needs to be heard. I told her. I said, hey, you're doing that song with Eric, which I can't wait to review. It's called "Cause of You." In case you guys are wondering why I haven't reviewed the OG song, because I'm waiting for the remix to come out, and then I'm gonna review it. "Cause of You," fucking fire. She is going to be on the remix for the song "Cause of You," fucking fire. I told her, now that I got you on Eric's song, the next artist I want you. I absolutely need to. It's not just a want. Like, I need to put you in contact with, and you guys need to make a song with this man. I could hear her like coming in like, oh, like doing the oh, like I can't do her like heavenly voice, but I hear you calling. Just them going in and meshing. It would be a chef's kiss, because they would not miss at all. I'm not saying she should be on a remix of this song, because that's not true at all. I'm saying they need to do a song together. I really want Koi to work like with him too. I offered to buy him a Koi feature, which I will. I gotta pay to finish the current Koi feature I bought for Eric. I only paid $200. I need to pay him like the other $300. So yeah. Koi or Jasmine's a fire of an artist, same as ParisThePrince. I would like them to do like I showed them Splat from Connor Prince. If you guys haven't heard that song, or Price, sorry, if you guys haven't heard Connor Price's music, absolutely fucking do so, because that man's a vibe. But he did an alternate verse to his song Splat, Boom, Splat, and the back and forth they had. I want them to make a song like that. It'd be really fucking good, and I think both of those artists are very talented. The fact that Jasmine at least, doesn't even have a fucking photo on her Spotify yet is fucking ridiculous. She better do that shit soon. Before we do end this video, I do want to get into how I met ParisThePrince. In case you guys have been noticing, I've been doing these later in the video, because I want to get as quickly as possible into the video. The only reason why I had a little bit longer for announcements today was because I had genuine shit that I needed to get off like really quickly about my PC situation. But my homie Paris, this song's fucking amazing. I love hearing your music. You don't really disappoint. How I met this man was actually funny. It's always between Eric Matties and Ray Rocky, and how I find new artists and actually interact with them. And also Nico's helped a lot too, but Ray Rocky and Eric Matties is really, so thank you guys. You guys helped me I found Vibe Escrow through them, fire fucking artist. Jasmine, fire fucking artist. ParisThePrince, fire fucking artist. I can probably Juan Fago, a really good fucking artist. I wouldn't say as good as them, but a really good fucking artist. I found some really talented people, and I appreciate them for introducing me to these guys and gals. So I met ParisThePrince because he was doing an open verse challenge for Take My Hand. Hey, I thought that pain. I don't wanna see you that way. I wanna see you okay. Hey, 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 hey. Dinner on your bed, let's take a slice. I'm a pterodactyl, we be soaring. I'm not saying it right at that part, but fucking, I found him from that. He did an open verse challenge, and Eric had just moved from where he lived. I forgot where he lived, to LA, because he needed to pursue his music dreams. And he was like dirt poor at the time, because, well, not dirt poor, but he was not rolling in the dough because obviously he just moved to LA. So he had to so once Paris had done his open verse challenges today, the winner gets $100. Like, oh shit, I could really use that $100 right now. And it was funny because he would post each person and then thank the person who did it, and then he was going to review worst to best. And I kept saying, put my homie Eric up there. Put my homie Eric up there. His verse was fucking amazing. Put him up there already. Not only it goes from worst to best. So eventually it was like fourth. No, it was fourth, and that's where Paris got to, and where Eric got to, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, I'm like, I respect his opinion. I love the song. I really wish Eric was the guy, but oh well, right? It's just the way life goes, and then I followed him and I stayed tapped in. I really started to connect with him as an artist in terms of like, okay, his music is not just like he had a one-off hit. He's an actual vibe. When I listened to Merry-Go-Round is fucking fire too. And I can remember the exact video. He was at work at the coffee shop making fucking coffee. I believe it was at a coffee shop, but he was making food and coffee, and he was doing promo for Merry-Go-Round. So, yeah. That's how I met him, and I'm forever indebted to Eric for then meeting him. And then Ray had already been tapped in with him, and I started hearing him, or seeing him, like, commenting on Ray's video. So I'm like, this dude knows music. Fuck yeah, I'm gonna stay tapped in with bro. So I forever stayed in tapped in, and then it just, after Merry-Go-Round, it just went off from there. Again, I highly recommend you listen to his music because he's that fucking fire of an artist. This is 6W Hisenpride signing out. Peace. I'll catch you in the next one. Later, Pride. Go Bengals. Like, we better fucking beat the Brownies tomorrow. Again, later, Pride. I'll see you tomorrow. Or not tomorrow, but, you know, in the next couple of days. We're going to do Tobias Cosmos next, and then Ray Rock come up. And then by that time, Eric's song's going to come out. So, anyways, again, peace. I'll catch you next one. Later, Pride.
She don't believe in shooting stars, but she believes in shoes and cars. And she know we go super hard. Had to let him know he a superstar. Let the labels